today I'm going to show you how to make a small daisy for a flower bouquet on a rail board or possibly a triangle board by Unique in the Creek. You can see I've got one partially made here. I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to need, this is a 3 by 3 inch square piece of embroidery plastic grid. I believe this is a 7 count, but you can use a 5 count too, whichever you prefer, depending on your zip ties, the thickness of them. If your zip ties are too thick, they won't go through these holes because they're just too small. But let me show you how what you're gonna use. For these, I really like just using regular deco mesh, and this is a I believe it's 5 by 5. Yes, 5 by 5 inch square. It's doubled, but I've wood burned it on the sides to make a pocket just to kind of help with fray. So let me show you how I do that. I take my mesh and I put it on my cutting board, on my cutting mat, excuse me, and I come out, I put it on the edge there at my line right here. And then I come out to 10, and I take my wood burner, and actually, if you have, if I can find mine, if you have a metal ruler, there's mine, that you can use to help guide you when you're working with regular mesh. You can get a straighter cut. I want to make sure that I keep that on the line there. Okay. I'm going to cut it at 10, which is right here. So I'm going to go just a little bit outside that line. Take my wood burner and come right down that metal ruler. Get a nice cut. It helps if you have it in the right spot so you don't burn your plastic mat. Okay, now to get those little pockets, I'll take it and I'll have it curl side up, and I'll fold it with my finished edges together as best I can anyway. Might want to put a clip there kind of help you. Actually, you're going to want it closer to the edges. Okay, like that. So you've got it like that. It's not perfect, but that's okay because we're not going to see that anyway. Now then, I'm going to take my metal ruler. These are, it should be about 10 inches wide, and it is. So I'm going to put it over here on my edge here to match it up on the edge. And you can see, look what it's doing right here. So, you know, you kind of have to finagle with it. Mesh doesn't behave. So we're going to take it like that, and I'm going to cut it at 5 so that I can end up with 5-inch squares. And this will serge the, burn the ends together, or the sides together. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go kind of slow to make sure that that melts. Okay. Yeah. There we go. We've got this. Got 2 of them. 2 little pockets. Now, to do this other side, if you can see this, you can see this doesn't meet up. It's all right. We're gonna well, it does pretty good. I'm gonna smash this flat and take my ruler and just kind of square it up. Just you know, as best you can. It's not gonna end up being 5 by 5 when you're through because you're serging these. I don't know what a better word, melting maybe, but I always say serging. I'm gonna go back just to make sure that I've got that edge done. And now I have this double pocket for my petals. I'm going to do the same thing to this piece. If I can get it. There we go. About right there. Take my wood burner and slowly go down the side of my ruler. You can get these metal rulers at the Dollar Tree, probably Dollar General, any dollar store probably. Don't want plastic with a wood burner because you'll melt it. So I strongly advise and suggest that you get one of these anyway. They're very helpful. Okay, now then, I've got my little pocket. So I'm going to fold it into my little daisy petal. Remove my glass. Okay, all you do, you can turn it any way you want because none of the edges are going to show. We just did that to kind of help with fray. If you don't want to take the time to do that, take 2 5x5 pieces of mesh, put them on top of each other, and go for it. I just prefer to do it this way. All right, I'm going to take it. I'm going to start down with this corner. I'm going to fold it in to the middle. Turn my camera a little bit. I'm going to fold it into the middle. Fold this one in kind of over it like that. Going to straighten this up a little bit. Okay, so we have this. It's not perfect. That's okay. I'm going to take it and turn it and fold this over like this so that I have this. All right, then I'm going to grab this right here and pinch it like that. I'm going to take a zip tie. And you could use a rubber band if you wanted to. I'm going to take a zip tie. Tie that. Like that. And you have this. Alright. Then you're going to take another zip tie. You're going to go right through here. Right through there. And you can go either side. Doesn't matter. And zip it just a little bit. You know, I'm going to go in some with the camera. I'm going to zip it just a little bit like that. All right? It's loose. See? It's loose. Now, little trick. Take your fingers and squish this part together and pull your zip tie up to the top and hold that in place like this. And then zip it. And you'll end up with this perfect little rounded petal. Okay? No worries, we'll do another one. And when you, for this particular flower, you'll want to cut your tails kind of short. You've got, if you use a zip tie, you won't have to worry. I mean, that's one reason why I don't like to use rubber bands for this, because I cut the tails so short so that I can get them close together on the grid. All right, but it looks like that on the back side. And that's what it looks like on the front side. Let's do another one. I think I need 2 anyway for my flower. Okay, here's my square. I've got the camera up close this time. Pull it a little bit further. I'm going to take a corner, turn it into a diamond like this. Take a corner and pull it into the middle. Take the corner opposite it, and pull it into the middle, crossing over. Don't pull this point right here to the edge, though. You don't want it sticking out. You'll have something that looks like this. Okay? Turn it like this, facing with this point facing you, and just put your fingers here and flip this over like this, making sure your tails are together. And then you're going to, right about here where they meet, where that fold is, pinch that. Okay? And take your rubber band or your zip tie. Here we go. Then you're going to take a zip tie for this. You have to. All right, there's my gap there. I'm going to go right in that gap. I'm going to tighten this a little bit. I'm going to grab this right here like this. See that? Like that. And then tighten my zip tie, and it makes that perfect little cup like that. All right. All right, and once you have your petals made, I just sit down and make quite a few because I never know. Each daisy's a little bit different. I seem to get the different numbers, different amounts on there every time. Sometimes it takes, like this one, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to take 8 or 9. Okay, this one looks like it needs to come over some, so I may take this and kind of twist it, or just a little bit. So what I could do, and what I think I'm going to do, is I know I'm going to stick one right here. So I'm going to go right in here, say right in the middle, I guess, with my zip tie. I don't know if you can see this, the grids are so tiny. I'm going to come up, and I've got my little loop here. I'm going to take a petal and stick it in there. And you don't want it sticking out like that. That's going to make your flower look funny. You want to kind of get them even. I think that's going to work. I may have to shift. Okay. And then we can take, let's see, I need another zip tie. And we can go in right here. Make sure I have it going the right way. And I don't have my glasses on, so I'm hoping, there we go. Pull that up. Got my little loop. Take my petal and put it right in there. Does that look right? I think that's going to work. Yeah, it's going to work. Tighten that up real good. And these zip ties are so thin. These are 6-inch. I can use my scissors. There we go. Now, I've got a corner of this sticking out a little bit. I think I'll just come in here and just kind of cut it off at an angle so it doesn't show. Okay. There we go. And this is what it looks like on the back. Okay. Just like that. And now I'm going to take it, and I've got this is kind of sticking up. Can you see that on the side? The neat thing about working with this plastic canvas is I can take it and bend this like this, and I can trim off more of my tails. Just cut a zip tie. Hopefully that's not going to mess anything up. Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay, looks like this. And then I take foam board or cardboard, and I cover it usually with felt, but I didn't have one done, and I had covered one with glitter foam, so I'm just going to show you with the glitter foam. I take it and put some hot glue on here and put it right down on the center, and I usually take some heavy-duty clips and just hold it in place to dry. And these big clips I got at Dollar Tree for two for $1.25, and they're great. And I just let that dry really good, and we're set. When you go to put it on your board, you'll put your zip ties, of course, through the grid onto your board. You'll zip tie the grid to the board, not the flower, but the grid. All right? So that's how you make your daisies, your small daisies. You can make big daisies like this too. Just use your, instead of using a 5 by 5 inch square, of course, you use a 10 by 10 inch square. And that's how you make daisies, which are my favorite flower and the name of my precious little dachshund, Daisy May, who's now almost 17 years old. So anyway, daisies are my favorite. I love them. They're happy flowers. Enjoy making them. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the description box. I think I got that backwards. Leave your comments for me, and I'll answer them and reply as best I can. And I hope you enjoy making plenty of daisies and adding them to your bouquets. Thank you. Have a great day.